Oh, hi, everybody. We're live.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
Somebody write down, stream starts at 13 minutes in the comments. Just noting that, because that is something that people always do. And now it's time for your host and Dungeon Master with the most. It's Tony Sindelar.
Have we changed
this
formats,
how we
Jason?
start
What is happening?
Intro for the intro.
Are we now a soft rock station?
Yeah, what is going?
Oh,
Coming
yeah.
at you live
That
from
was
97.5.
Pablo Cruz. And now Tony Sindelar. It's time for a cool change.
So
Hey.
we're recording during Members Special Month, which means that you get an extra special introduction of Jason introducing the introducingers.
If you're calling
I think by the-
100.
You guys know introductions, don't you? Well, this is one. It's
By the time
Tony
this episode
Sindelar.
is edited and released, it may be next year's member special.
I know.
So yeah.
theincomparable.com/something.
So first off, let me actually make sure that
That would
everyone is
actually lead
recording
Oh,
their
yeah, I
local
should-
files.
Whoop.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's the thing I know how to
Because
do.
some people wandered in late.
And say recording.
Yep. So everyone say yeah.
Whatever.
Recording.
I've been
Recording.
recording for 12 minutes.
Oh,
And
old.
I'm recording the Zoom call. Is somebody else recording the bootleg, or is that going to come from?
I
the
am
got a
recording the bootleg
All right.
and live streaming to
So-
the audio stream.
All
doing
right.
all those things.
Whatever. Show
And
off.
Jason, you currently have us up just as a six squares. You should be able to see a map of Vermelon, right? All of you are in roll 20.
Yes,
Wait,
I'm not showing that to the people
faces?
yet.
It's not a very exciting map. This is not a very map centric
It's not-
adventure. so that's fine.
everybody watching on video now, please enjoy this transition to a not very exciting map, which you can now see.
And everyone has
Ooh.
their D&D Beyond character sheets and whatnot ready. So before we actually start the adventure, I just want to make sure that we successfully segue from what we did at the end of last session. So specifically, you had a debate about what you were going to do, not a debate, a discourse about what you were going to do next. And you did basically converge upon go to the house. This is attempting to short circuit the very common way of starting a D&D session, which is having the same argument that you had at the end of the last session.
I
but
think we
reaching
should
a
go to the
different
mine.
result. While Tony, who remembers conversations, loses his effing mind. Also important, some but not all of you are suffering from various levels of exhaustion. So you need to note that and then know what that level of
evergreen
exhaustion
tweet, Tony. It's the pandemic.
Yeah.
Dan, this is we're talking about your character here. That's a bard.
And you are a poor character, Dan. Poor character. Shame on
I
you.
have poor character and I'm exhausted, Jason.
Yeah.
This is
Oh, well, that's
2022.
fair. That's fair.
I think you'd be well rested and full of ice cream because you're late.
Snap.
Oh, burn!
You're not wrong. About the ice cream.
I mean, it would have been funnier, Dan, if instead of having a drink of seltzer, you would just take it like an ice cream cone and a beer.
Buy an ice cream?
Yeah. You don't have an ice cream caddy to just hand you a fresh cone every hour.
I'm between ice cream caddies right now.
It is well.
Do you have like a little flight of ice cream in front of you?
Oh, yes,
Ooh.
always.
thing you can
Best
get.
thing
like,
at Salt and Straw. Best thing is to get the
Mm.
flight.
Mhm.
They have
this
a flight
is-
of everything
Jason,
now,
this is-
don't they?
Yeah.
Friday nights for flight.
It seems like some things might be harder to create a flight of. I don't know.
Oh, we're flighting everything, baby.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't get out
D&D
much.
flights? You want to do a D&D flight?
Jason, this is
Yes.
the pre-show, just in case you
Yeah.
were like, what's going on?
I'll make a note of that.
Note that for the record, please.
All right. Anything else that we need to cover? Late people, late person. Before we start the episode proper.
I can't
I'd like
tell
to
if
air some
Mike is
grievances. Thank you.
frozen or just okay.
No,
just
that's
checking.
he's very focused.
He's
very
holding
know.
very still.
Yeah.
Okay, let's
Is-
get started before Micah falls asleep.
All right. Let me just ask procedurally. This is our second session of Creeping Darkness. We will probably play 2 or 3 hours ish of D&D with breaks in between, depending on lengths of breaks and whatnot. We can decide if at the end of the second one if we want to play a third hour or not. I know some people might have a heart out, and we are starting a little late for unexplained reasons.
They were actually the most explained reasons.
Yes.
They were
Explained
explained a few times.
many
yeah.
times,
Those
including
are
on the
just
live.
reasons. Thank
Should I
you.
be mad at Dan for being late on the episode, or is that just pre and post show material?
Pettiness. I mean, it's search your
It's
feelings.
up to you, Tony.
Oh, he has feelings.
All
now?
right.
Search your frozen heart.
All right.
Let it go.
Welcome back to Total Party Kill. It's me, Tony Sindelar, a dungeon master. And today we are continuing one of our Candlekeep mysteries. That's right, we are playing A Deep and Creeping Darkness. I hope you are ready for adventures where books are either the source or solutions to all problems, because that's what Candlekeep Mysteries is all about. Our adventurers have taken up a contract to go scout basically kind of a lost mining town. The town is, I guess, not lost so much it is run into decline, because after some kind of mining disaster, there were strange reports of people going missing, and eventually the town was abandoned. And for a contract that Polly has negotiated, our adventurers are going to go find out what's the deal with this town. They have traveled from White Sparrow. They stopped at another town along the way and heard a little bit about some of the legends of the town of Vermelon. Is that how we agreed we're pronouncing it?
Yep, it's a melon.
Vermelon.
Vermelon.
You arrived in Vermelon, where you did some exploring. You tried to find a place to sleep in, and successfully spent one evening in the ruins of the town of Vermelon. Vermelon is a little bit unsettling as a spooky abandoned town goes, and some of our players had very upsetting dreams and did not sleep well and are thus suffering from exhaustion. But let's meet our players and find out who will die in this town. Whose character will die in this town. First up, it's the one, the only, it's Kathy Campbell. Hi, Kathy.
Hi, Tony. Thank you so much for the clarification. I'm glad I can, process and plan my future.
Yeah. This is totally a game of Dungeons and Dragons and not prophecy.
Yes. Thank you.
But also don't go to a town named Vermelon if I were you. Play it safe.
Point taken. I am playing Hermione, a centaur fighter. And I am at exhaustion level 2, which means I'm winning.
That is where the fun starts. Reminder for the listeners, at exhaustion level 2, your speed is halved. Next up, it's Tiff Armit. Hi, Tiff.
Hey, I'm playing Quartz, the rock gnome druid who is also exhausted.
Next up, Jason Snell.
Hey there, I am playing Nis. She is a lizard folk sorcerer who is feeling fine after a good night's sleep and is therefore not, strangely enough, exhausted.
Okay. Also joining us, Dan Morin.
Hi. Quick question, Tony. Having spent a night in this haunted town, do we get the inheritance now? Is that how this works?
We own the blacksmith shop. I think that's how that works.
Darn.
The ruins of the blacksmith shop.
Oh, wow.
So-
I am playing Quartz, the bard, who is frankly exhausted.
Are you suffering from a level of exhaustion, Dan, or are you just bringing...
If you wanted to quantify it, I would say I would put him at a 2.
Oh, you are also at a 2. Okay.
Yeah, it's not great.
It's not great. And last but certainly not least, Micah Sargent, welcome back to Total Party Kill.
Hello, thank you. For the record, for the canon folks out there, my character, Ajguri Lone Walker Mako Tatahani, does not wear an eye patch. Me, the human being, has suffered an eye injury and therefore is wearing an eye patch. So don't get it twisted if you're doing fan art of the very cool, very awesome Goliath Paladin, Ajguri Lone Walker Mako Tatahani, who goes by Lone Walker. For his friends and companions and adventure mates and dungeon buddies. Okay, I'm done. Oh, and also Ajguri and I both use he, him pronouns.
It turns out he wasn't done.
I was really worried that this character also had like 4 pets that we were going to find out about. So,
no, that's just Polly.
Yeah, no, Micah.
Little Anthony's not a pet, he's a companion.
He's a
Or
life partner.
my druid has pets on pets on pets.
Yeah, the Curse of Strahd adventure is all about gothic horror and people collecting animals like they're goddamn Pokemon.
I mean, no judgment, except a little judgment.
All right.
That's the name of one of the pets.
and Lone Walker, you are no judgment. That sounds kind of like a horse that would run in the Kentucky Derby.
Around the next side, it's no judgment.
Stretch is Lone Walker.
Followed by Lone Walker and Dungeon Buddy in the back.
Dungeon Buddy was a long shot, but I did put a lot of money on him.
And Lone Walker, I believe you are suffering from 1 level of exhaustion. No,
Nope.
I'm mixing you up with Polly.
I forgot to say that part. So I'm also not done yet because I also have to say no exhaustion for this.
Is this a Steve
this
Let's
guy.
turn? What is going on?
Yeah. No, Lone Walker and Nis are okay. It's the others who are messed up.
Yeah.
Group.
All right. So Lone Walker, Nis, fine. Polly, a little exhausted. Other people, very exhausted. Okay.
People.
Hermione.
Those
Other
guys.
people.
Whoever
Wow.
those
So I
people are.
imagine
Little Anthony,
given-
we're unknown how exhausted he is.
Yeah, I don't know if this affects little Anthony because he's a horrible monster.
He's
Like,
actually
He's
invigorated.
loving it.
Well, I mean, when little Anthony has bad dreams, are they just good dreams?
No, they're just
Yeah.
dreams. They just call
They
them
just
dreams.
They just
Yeah.
call them dreams.
They're
Does
not
little
good
Ant-
or bad.
does he dream? There's a lot about little Anthony that we have not explored. I think
Let's
mainly
take another 20 minutes to
Actually,
I feel
just
like a
being
night,
around
a nightmare
us.
for little Anthony would be like somebody picking up a dollar that they saw somebody else drop and then handing it back to the person.
yeah.
He's like,
He-
"No."
Well,
Rich-
little Anthony can't talk, right? So we're limited into how much of little
No,
Anthony
he
we
can
get to
talk.
explore.
Yeah,
Can he? Okay.
do it, Tiff. How
He
does
speaks abyssal and common.
Oh, I didn't know. You know what? I apologize.
I mean,
I-
How
sometimes he
dare
doesn't-
you,
He doesn't
Tony?
like to speak
Yeah.
common because he doesn't
Yeah.
really, you know.
Yeah,
Tony,
maybe
don't-
it hurts his throat.
Don't apologize to us. Apologize to little Anthony.
Yeah.
Okay, first up, little Anthony, I'm sorry. I assume because you are a small, tiny monster that you didn't talk at all, and that if you did speak, it would be only in the language of the abyss. And in fact, you are
He swore you.
literate in common. Yeah, well, so that's
Literate.
that was
He
problematic.
reads
Tony
and
Cinderella
writes.
was the
He's
monster
working
all
on his
along.
memoirs.
He's written several books.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's how he got
Had-
into
Candlekeep.
Candlekeep.
Yeah.
Mm.
I just want to be clear,
Self-published.
though, that for little Anthony, being around us is exhausting. So,
Yeah.
so actually, when bad things happen to us, he feels better.
Mhm.
So that's why he's feeling great because
So I'll note that little Anthony has advantage on all rolls. Thank
He's
you.
-1 exhaustion. He's
Mm. All right. I imagine, given your levels of exhaustion and your otherwise general less than average competence, you get a late
Nice.
start to the morning, and it's solidly 10:30 in adventuring morning time. You know, you've taken as you clear up your breakfast and decide to head out for the day. So you could go to find the location of the platinum mine that Vermelon was set up to exploit, or you could go to the as yet unexplored mayor's house, which seems to be, it's clearly the largest structure in Vermelon. It's also looks relatively intact. It's also very spooky looking. I believe I showed you last time
You
a
did.
picture of the creepy tree
Yeah.
and I don't know if you need to see that again or not, but yeah.
I'm good for a long
No.
time.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
we did
let's
get that
discuss
medallion. We got
which-
that medallion out of the tree, right?
Yeah, you did.
Okay, so that's
You completed a side quest. Yes.
Yay. Let's discuss. Should we go to the house or the mine? You know, I know we spent some time last time, but I think we really need to like discuss and really deeply dive into the pluses and minuses.
House or mine.
house.
I love you, Tony.
or
I am moving you to the map for the house.
I thought we were going to the mine.
Jason, you're going to have to scroll down to the bottom of this. This is a black and white map.
oh,
I placed you south of the house where you can see the front of the house. Most of the map is still hidden for you. But yeah, that's the house. I hope you're happy.
This place looks
guess.
boring. Let's leave.
So yeah, the house is kind of gloomy. There are windows on the bottom floor. There's looks like there's just a main set of double doors leading into the house.
double doors.
Double doors.
Dumbledore.
Snape. Snape. Snape.
And yeah, this is the house. What would you like to do?
Hueris will walk forward and knock on the door.
What?
Well, you never know
imagine-
what ghosts might be in an abandoned, rotting
you wouldn't.
house.
Well, you wouldn't want to
Just
like.
polite.
You wouldn't want to open the door and accidentally disturb a ghost who's like in the middle of watching a movie and he's eating chips and he's like, oh, I would have cooked
No,
it,
it's
but,
popcorn
you know.
and then it sprays everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah. You hear the knock kind of echo throughout the probably relatively empty, somber house.
Does the door seem unlocked?
The door
Outside?
seems unlocked. You rattle the knob.
All right, I will open it, and I assume it goes.
It totally does. Thank you, Dan.
Okay.
Nice Foley work.
Thank you.
Yeah, looking in, I imagine it's dark, so you might need some kind of light source to kind of look around, and there'd probably be a lot of shadows from it. So there is dust covering everything in this main hallway ahead of you. You can think of this as the foyer,
Vestibule?
just the foyer.
Festival?
No.
Oh my god.
There are some moth-eaten cloaks hanging from hooks on the left-hand wall just inside the door. You see hallways branching off to the left and right, a doorway off to the right as well, and a big kind of grand staircase leading up to a second floor.
This looks nice. We'll stroll in and take a gander.
Can
All
we
right.
start clockwise, counterclockwise?
Just keep watching the clock.
Yeah.
So you're looking around. It is dusty. It is dim, or no light here. So you're shining your torches around, and this place looks like it has been sitting empty for quite some time.
Tony, can I ask a quick administrative question? If we got exhausted last night during the rest, does that mean we did not get the benefits of the long rest, or did we?
That is a good question. Did we talk about that last time? I forget how that
Yep,
works.
we agreed that it's fine.
I can't tell if you're trolling me or being helpful. you do use kind of the same tone either way, Jason.
Pretty sure that's up to Tony.
I mean, I think the exhaustion is the punishment, not the yeah. So I think you regained hit points and spells. If only there was a recording I could go back to. I'm flipping through the thing.
Well, it
to see
looks
if
like we
there's a
did
thing.
because I have all my hit points and spells.
Yeah.
I may have just not hit the button for it, so no worries. Just checking.
Yeah, there's nothing that says you don't get a long rest. Yeah.
Say finishing a long rest reduces your exhaustion level by 1, provided you also have some food and drink. So I didn't know if that meant we didn't finish it.
I think the problem is that we failed a roll
Yeah, spooky
Mhm.
nightmares.
with
but-
the
was
spooky
spooky
nightmares.
Those are
Yeah,
the
I remember that.
nightmares,
Yeah,
right?
the spooky nightmares. So
So we finished the long rest, but we failed the exhaustion.
correct.
Well, I think if we're going to sweep through this house, we should just, let's sweep the lower level first. You want to go clockwise or counterclockwise? Let's do clockwise. I feel like that's a good word.
That's a good word.
Okay, yeah, sure.
All right, Nis, you want to lead the way? Where do you want to explore
Yeah,
first?
I want to look over here to the west, to the
that
left here.
That's not clockwise, but cool.
That's really not clockwise, but okay.
Oh well, I'm starting, and then we'll move.
You got to start one way. Clockwise is
it's
the
not
direction.
clockwise until you
Bottom
go to
of
the
the
next
clock.
one.
Yeah, we're at the bottom of the clock. I was
starts
with Jason on this one.
Who
We're at the
starts at 10
bottom.
o'clock?
We were
Yeah, no,
we
you
started
go
at 6
clockwise.
o'clock,
You
so
can't
now we
start
move
at noon.
clockwise.
I have never seen people this mad at each other on Total Party Kill. But just to be clear, Tiff, hold
Do we
on.
know
I
how
just,
clocks work?
Tiff, I just want to check. Tiff, hold on. All of you are wrong except possibly Tiff. I need to find out if Tiff and I are on the same page about clockwise or Tiff, where would you have started?
I would have
if going
started at like
clockwise?
that 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock room
Yes,
right up
correct.
there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was worried that there was another way to
No.
be wrong.
We
But
entered
anyway.
at
You gotta
6
start
o'clock.
there and
You're
you gotta-
at 6, which
Yeah,
means you go
Jason
to
and Kathy are
7.
correct. We are at
Ooh.
6. so we're
Okay,
moving
okay.
All
right.
I see
clockwise.
the logic. I see the
Micah
logic.
is
Oh my
having
God.
a great time. All right. So what?
Well, Nis goes
what
over
way
over there. You asked where Nis went. Nis went to the left. Nis's clocks
All
start
right.
there.
And that ends our session. We've
Thank you for listening to Clock Talk here, a sub podcast of Total Party Kill.
Very good for avoiding your trademark dispute there, Tony.
Mm. Those people are litigious. Yes, You head down the hallway to the left, or I guess we could call that west.
9 o'clock.
It's a short hall. Yeah, it's a short hallway, and there are open doorways to the north and south of it. There's a window at the end of the hallway that looks out. I think it's probably all the drapes are drawn, but you can see that there is a window there that presumably looks out on the western part of the town. Looks like you are moving your token down the hallway.
Yeah, I want to look in the rooms.
I'm going to allow you to glance north and south. So north of the hallway, there is, it looks like some kind of meeting room, and south of the hallway looks like some kind of assembly room. A lot more chairs in the assembly room than the meeting room. You're getting the sense that perhaps in addition to this being the mayor's residence, this might be a place of kind of that was used kind of for town business in terms of how many people have basically a small lecture hall in their first floor of their home. Would you like to move into one of these rooms and poke around? Nis, I'll give you a chance to do something and then we'll rotate to other people.
All right. I hope we rotate clockwise. I'll go into the lecture room here and see what I can see what I can perceive.
All right. Poke around.
We'll go around.
That's what I was thinking.
It's just a 9.
Hook up
Same.
and get down.
You are looking around. There are chairs arranged in kind of staggered rows with their back. They're facing in the. I guess the front of the room would be you're kind of coming in from the back of the room. They're facing kind of to the southwest. There's a podium in the southeast corner. Actually, I guess they're probably facing that way. I know how rooms work. There's a sideboard on the left side of the room and a bookcase to the right of the doorway filled with tomes and knickknacks. There is a brick fireplace in the southwest corner. Everything here looks pretty dusty and, like kind of smells of neglect.
Well, tomes. Need to check out the tomes.
You're poking around at that. You rolled a 9, you said?
Yep.
Yeah, they look kind of old and uninteresting. I don't know who is clockwise to go next. Hermione, you want to do something?
Sure. I am going to check out the top room.
All right, you head north. This looks like it must have been some kind of meeting room. There's a round table with 4 chairs in the center of the room. Windows look out onto the backyard. This fireplace in the corner is filled with broken masonry. There's a framed portrait on the right-hand wall.
I would like to inspect the portrait.
Mm-hmm. Give me a quick perception check.
Okay, I rolled an 11 and a 13, so 11.
Okay. It's a portrait. It is of a person, presumably from context clues, someone important, at least important in the context of Vermilon. It is a dark-skinned woman.
Vermillion.
Sorry, I've heard it both ways. It is a dark-skinned woman dressed in a cream-colored frock coat with a pale green cravat at her throat. Her dark hair is pulled up in an intricate twist, and she's wearing delicate platinum and diamond earrings. Her hands are folded in her lap. One finger bears a heavy platinum signet ring with a kind of a flower motif on it. Lone Walker, why don't you do something next?
I was not interested in setting any traps or anything, so I was not wanting
Standing
to,
very still in the middle of the hallway.
just being observant, unless it's part of the mechanism that I need to do.
All right. You are standing guard in the central entryway, making sure nothing comes up behind your colleagues and murders them.
Correct.
It is quiet. QRS, would you like to do something?
Yeah, I'll follow.
Play the bagpipes.
I'll follow Hermione into that northern room, and I would like to check out the broken masonry in the fireplace. Nothing screams fascination like broken masonry.
Come for the broken masonry, stay for the
16.
arguments about clockwise. It looks like it seems like you're looking at it, and it seems like perhaps there's parts of the chimney that have collapsed into the chimney and landed here in the fireplace. It seems like, though the house is in good shape by Vermillion standards, it's not in great shape.
Not that interesting. Nobody's really interested in pottery anyways.
Yeah, the chimney is pretty small. I think only maybe a little Anthony could fit up it. It's not a QRS accommodating chimney.
That's a very interesting, concerning detail to add.
Yeah.
I anticipate things that you are going to ask me. The chimney is not made of rope, and it is not magical. Let me tell you more chimney facts.
Is it a statue? Quick question.
Is it
in a lot of ways, a chimney is like the opposite of a statue.
What?
Is it though?
I'm not a philosopher, Dan. I'm a dungeon
Okay.
master.
They should
All
have
right.
sent a poet.
I see
All
it.
right.
I get it. I got it, Tony.
Because it's like it's made of stone, but it's an absence, right? All right, Polly is next. How you doing, Polly Quartz?
How you doing?
I'm okay.
I take a kind of gander at these rooms and I'm not that interested, and I'm going to proceed actual clockwise and go across the hall over here and peek around
Got
the
it.
corners.
Clockwise actual. Love it.
3 o'clock.
Across the entryway, there's more rooms. You head over. This one looks like it might have been some kind of dining room. Rectangular table, 8 chairs. Sideboard on the far wall.
Do a sidebar on the
Dusty,
sideboard,
dusty ceramic serving dishes and bowls sitting atop it. A fireplace in the far corner.
All right, I'll do an investigation check of this room.
Sure.
That's a 13 and a 10. So a 10. Let me see if I have any extra. No. Good. 10.
You're looking around. There's, the stuff that's here seems like it's, it's not the fanciest, but it's certainly like kind of nice that someone just left, right? There's ceramic plates and bowls and teacups and saucers and whatnot. It's all coated with probably decades of dust. But it's nice to make. There's nothing seems like super of value in terms of like, ooh, I should take this and sell it. But if you needed a plate, there are several plates here.
I'm gonna write Polly was here with my finger on the table in dust. Yeah.
Nice. All right. Who hasn't gone in a little while? Maybe Nis?
Sure. Nis is going to go stand over at the lectern like she's teaching one of her sorcery classes and imagining the scene in here and just sort of trying to get a sense of what this room was used for and if there's anything interesting in it. Trying to put myself in the mind of was this a little schoolhouse for the children of the town or what?
It looks like this might have been some kind of place for town meetings is what you're kind of guessing from it doesn't have anything, for example, that suggests that like children would have been educated here or anything like that. It's a little bit more formal and Spartan than an educational place, more of a bureaucratic place. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna then move. What's this in the corner?
That's a fireplace.
That's a fireplace.
And what's the size of that chimney? Is it?
It is equivalent to the other previously described.
It's a Vermellen standard ratio chimney.
Yeah.
Okay, this is gonna walk out the door, but before she does, she's gonna take one last glance at the tomes, just in case she missed something.
Give me a perception check, possibly with disadvantage if you're exhausted.
I'm not exhausted. 11.
11. You spot there is it's like being used as like a bookend. At first you thought it was like a rock, but it actually appears to be a chunk of raw platinum ore that is probably worth about 25 gold pieces.
You don't see that every day.
I take it.
Well, the town is their claim to fame is
pieces does it work?
You can do the math. It's 25 gold pieces, which is many platinum pieces. I can never get the ratios right in my head.
10 gold pieces to a platinum piece.
So it's
2.5
platinum pieces.
Is it more or less than
it's
2.5 platinum pieces? I don't know. I have a lot of questions.
It is because it's a big unprocessed lump of ore.
It's got to be
then,
refined.
And then Nis grabs the paperweight, whatever it is, of platinum and walks back out to Lone Walker and shows it to him. Look, platinum.
Very cool.
That's it.
Hermione?
Hermione's, this exhaustion's really, really hitting her. So she is going to just kind of stare at the portrait and just think of how pretty she is.
Okay.
The picture. not herself, because she knows she's pretty, but like confirming, clarifying
Mm-hmm.
the portrait.
Lone Walker, would you like to do anything here on the first floor?
What Lone Walker would actually like to do is go to the landing between the first and that is like a 2-flight staircase. Yes.
Yeah. The stairs go up and then they turn left.
Stand here and then just sort of do one of these and sort of perceive both ways. So let me give you a perception check. Not excellent. A 12 perception.
Yeah, you're not sure if you hear anything. Your friends are kind of bumbling around on the first floor, making it hard to know what's going on.
I could intimidate the stairs, but I don't think that'll do much.
I mean, they could turn into a ramp and deposit you at the bottom if they're too intimidated. That's how
Yikes.
stairs work.
I think I will refrain from intimidating the stairs and just sort of, now I'm looking over things in very protector status.
I might say from where you are, you can see a little bit. The map of the second floor is above this map. You can see a little bit that there's like a large landing area on the second floor that these stairs head up to. So, Quartz.
Quartz is going to go down to this southeasty 5 o'clock room, and it's 5 o'clock somewhere, possibly in this room, and see what there is to see.
All right, you are looking around in this room. This appears to be kind of like a parlor. There's 4 chairs that are kind of strangely just all pushed up against one wall, and then there's a desk in one corner. There's a fireplace, an empty cold fireplace in the other room. I would say that this room kind of suggests to you that like it might be some kind of like waiting room. Quartz.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna make a perception check, and
sure.
I think I forgot last time to use my disadvantage since I was exhausted, but I'll do it this time. Disadvantage. I've got a. What do I learn on a 4, Tony? Am I in a room? Is it?
Yeah. You know, you're looking at the. You sit down in one of the chairs for a second, and like several mice run out of the cushions, suggesting that the furniture in this room is in poor condition.
Hello, friend mice.
That's for everyone.
Yeah.
How many mice do I have now?
You do not have. You don't own any. Dan, you can't own a mouse. You can just befriend a mouse.
How many friends do I? Don't answer that.
Fewer every day, Dan. All right. Hermione, you want to lead the charge upstairs? I don't know.
Can I lead the charge? Wait, isn't it Nissa's turn?
I don't know. I lost track of what order you were.
It doesn't matter. I'm going to lead the charge by walking very slowly up the stairs.
Okay. You can move your tokens up there.
Yeah.
So Hermione, Nis will also go.
Follows people up, muttering, "So far, this house is boring."
The upper area of the house is equally dusty and kind of sad and quiet. Looking around, there is kind of a large open hallway here at landing at the top of the stairs. You see 4 closed doors, 2 to the east, 2 to the west, and then an open room to the south. Big entryway looking in there. It looks like the room to the south might be, I think you can see bookshelves kind of sticking out around the corners there. So I've totally lost track of whatever turn order you all were going in. Feel free to do whatever you want to do.
We can mix it up.
Mm-hmm.
QRS will stride down into the hallway and this opening room down here.
All right, you stride into there's an entryway, and there's a rather impressive sized library for anyone to have in their home who is not. You came from a library. For somebody's personal collection or even a town collection, this is pretty significant looking. Good sized room, big heavy bookcases filled with books, There are some wingback chairs sitting around a low table in the center of the room. There's some windows that look out on the town. You have a kind of nice view of the completely dilapidated houses and the horrible, twisted-looking tree right in front of the mansion.
Nice place.
Nis is gonna
Nis,
go.
it looks like you're heading
clockwise,
over clockwise.
to 3
Nis is
o'clock.
headed to the northeast. You creak open this door, and this looks like it's a bedroom. You see that there's a tall chest of drawers. There's a small desk sitting between two windows, kind of small, possibly sized for a child. And there is a bed here. The sheets and blankets on the bed are old and dusty, but also rumpled. Yeah.
I look at the desk and see if there's anything interesting in the desk.
Give me a perception check.
That's an 8.
You find it a bunch of kind of old weathered sheets of paper, but it looks like they're blank.
Okay, I take them. You never know when you're going to need paper.
Yep. Who's next?
I'm gonna follow Nis and lay down on the bed.
Okay. It is seems like probably rodents have taken away some of the contents of the mattress. It is not very comfortable, and the smell is unique.
Lovely.
There does, as you are kind of I imagine you either I should ask Hermione, are you lying down on top of the ancient sheets and blankets or underneath the sheets and blankets?
Oh, definitely on top.
All right.
I'm not that tired.
Yeah, there is you feel like there might be something inside the sheets and blankets.
Oh.
There's a lump, a small lump.
Okay. Well, do I need to roll investigation to like strip the sheets off of the? Okay.
You just reach into that. It appears to be a kind of sad, moth-eaten, stuffed toy bugbear.
Oh, well, I'm keeping him.
Okay. And so you do. Lone Walker?
I think Lone Walker would have also gone into that room and is going to look at the desk as well, just in case there's anything that he would be interested in reading that Nis may have missed.
Sure. Give me a quick perception
perhaps
check.
with a 20, that would give me more. Maybe.
Yeah, you find in the bottom drawer of this little children's desk, you find a pair of knucklebone dice. They're D6s, but on the side where they should have 6 little pips, they have a little skull that someone has carved into them. Yeah.
All right. He looks at the dice and then walks out to little Anthony and hands them down to little Anthony.
All right. Yep.
These seem like something you would appreciate.
Paulie.
Well, first little Anthony says, "Hey, thanks." It's like, and he's playing dice in the corner.
Yep.
And Polly wants to check out this room over on the left side.
All right, clockwise. You open up the cold, dark door here, looking into this looks like kind of a small bedroom. There is a sad, or there's a bed, and it looks like there was a fireplace in the corner that is kind of partially collapsed into this room. There's kind of a cold draft coming from this hole in the ceiling, and there's kind of debris and kind of basically bits of mortar and I imagine some plaster kind of coating everything in this room from where the chimney is collapsing.
You
want to poke around?
I'm just looking in the room right now, right? I'm
All
not
right.
like in the room yet. I do, based on the level of like things falling apart over here, I don't think I'm going to do that. I'm
Okay.
not going to go into this room. Instead, can I also just peek into this room for, like
Sure.
see what's going down on this whole side?
You head over to the other. It's right next to where you were standing. Another set of doors. This leads into a good size bedroom. Seems like maybe the master bedroom. There's a large bed sitting along the far wall. There's a fireplace in one corner, window looking out on the front yard. This room does not look like it has the chimney collapsing in on it.
All right, I'm going to step into this room and do an investigation check.
All right, roll it.
All right, that's a 2. Yeah. 2.
You're I guess you're distracted, you're tired, and you're having trouble focusing. It's like,
Yep.
This is just a room, right? I think we're around to Quartz.
I would like to peruse these bookshelves.
Mm-hmm.
See if there's anything that jumps out at me figuratively or literally.
Mm.
But rolling with disadvantage, so this is bound to go swell. I rolled haha, I rolled the same thing on both dice. They were both 3s.
Mm.
I got a 5.
Well, the you start looking, and they're just like, they are the most boring topics as far as you can tell. No, you're really into fiction, I think, right, Quartz?
Sure.
And this is lots of like history. The second shelf that you look at is like all basically books about basically legal stuff about like land treaties and water rights.
No.
And you like, yeah,
No one ever wrote an epic poem about water rights.
And then like there's like an entire bookshelf just on mining, the history of mining, philosophy of mining, science of mining. Yeah, it's like just reading the spines of the books is enough to like put you
Quartz stalks
to sleep.
out of the room over to the rest of his party.
Okay.
And just goes, this place is boring.
Yeah. All right. Who's next?
Is it Nis's turn? Nis hearing Quartz complain about books and boredom is like, oh, books, you say?
Oh, boredom. You're super into boredom,
Nis
huh?
is well, I am in education, so yes. And she's gonna take a look at the books.
Okay. You do notice as you head into the room, Nis, in addition to the many bookshelves, there are also some books that have been left on this table in the center of the room, just lying there open.
I'm gonna look at those first, then.
Sure.
Perception?
Yeah, give me some perception.
Well, it's bad again, and I'm not rolling with disadvantage. I'm just rolling badly. It's a 5.
Well, you look at them. They appear to be books about. There's all kinds of weird books. There is a book about the psychology of dreams. There's some books about interplanar travel, but kind of on the top of the pile with a bunch of like, looks like notes scribbled in the margins and even some kind of indecipherable pages of notes kind of tucked into them. There are 2 books about various creatures and musings about whether they are mythical or real.
What are those creatures?
The 2 books that are open there, one of them is about a creature known as a illithid or mind flayer. The other is about some kind of creatures called meanlocks.
I say out loud to the rest of the party, hey, it looks like they were researching nightmare creatures in here right before the end. Anybody want to come look at boring books with me?
Absolutely.
Nis, I'm already exhausted. I think I'm good.
I think our 2 non-exhausted people might need to be the ones who do this.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Lone Walker, you stride into the library.
Yes, and of course it sort of makes a little bit of a rumble.
Mm-hmm. The floorboards creak.
What should I roll to sort of what was the second one? What'd you call me?
They are mind flayers and meanlocks.
Meanlock.
Mhm.
You Meanlock. I want to know more about that. Can I look into the book more?
Yeah, give me an
about-
investigation check to read about Meanlocks and try and skim a Wikipedia page real quick.
All right. I don't want to do that. I rolled a 1.
You rolled a 1?
Wow.
Just a
Wow.
straight up 1.
You
And you're
all
not
are
exhausted?
not doing great. They're, I don't know. They're fae. It's hard to, I think you get distracted by something, but they live underground. That's, they don't seem that interesting.
Mind flayers don't seem interesting to Lone Walker because mind flayers, everybody knows about mind flayers, but
They flay
Meanlocks,
minds.
that's the new thing.
Yeah. Paulie?
Are we sure they're not
Um,
mind flares?
Mm.
I also want to check out the books, but I want to check them out with little Anthony and see if he knows anything
Ooh.
about these horrible creatures
Mm.
because he's the horrible creature.
Hmm.
It's true.
So I was wondering if he can help me out. Can he help me out?
You can have +2, and I will give you I'll give you a little Anthony related information.
God, give a little alley oop. All right, let's see. 12 and a 3.
Hey.
Disadvantage of is
five.
awful.
Well, Paulie lets you know
Wait, is
that
this history or arcana or investigation? What
I think
is
it was investigation.
Darn it. Okay. Got it.
Yeah.
Yep. go for it.
Polly is
5.
I think Polly is a little insulted. He basically expresses to you that these Meanlocks things seem to be from the Feywild, which is totally different than the Abyss, where he is from, really different, and it's honestly kind of annoying that you would even ask about that. The Mind Flayers are from, I believe Mind Flayers are from the Underdark, which is also very different than the Abyss. So basically, I think Polly is annoyed that you would have thought
You mean little Anthony's annoyed?
Sorry, little Anthony is annoyed that
At
Polly would
Polly.
think at Polly that any of these creatures have any association with little Anthony.
Aw, we lost a friendship
Yeah.
point right there. That's
Yep.
what happened. Damn.
Little Anthony will remember this if it was a Telltale game. So
So okay, can I do okay, so instead of an investigation check on the book specifically, can Lone Walker do an investigation check specifically looking to see, because he's a well-studied individual and he sort of, what is it pedagogy or pedagogy, whatever that is, whichever way it's pronounced,
pedagogy
is, he's very interested in that and in sort of the understanding of learning, and so he wants to kind of see what these scholars' style was. Did they have notebooks potentially? Were they just making notes inside of books? Did they have bookmarks?
Sure.
Do they have a Notion database hanging out somewhere? That kind of
You
thing.
know Notion.
Ooh, talk about a nat 20. Bow, bow, bow.
All right, Lone Walker,
Yay!
you basically study the study. And what you get out of this is that somebody, possibly the mayor or other people working or living in the mayor's house, was engaged in a very frantic and disorganized research project. It seems like to try and figure out what is happening to the town and why are people disappearing and why are people having nightmares. It seems like there was a little bit of just throwing everything at the wall and seeing what sticks based on the wide range of books open on the table. Yeah. Okay. And the frantic and disorganized nature of the notes that someone has taken in and kind of jammed with little pieces of paper into the various texts.
So these weren't necessarily scholars. These were
this was a very desperate research, recent research taken by the people of Vermellen.
I think Lone Walker sort of relays that to everyone.
Who hasn't done something in a little bit? Perhaps Hermione?
Hermione fell asleep.
Yeah, it's not gonna give me anything, but okay, so she's gonna wake up. She's holding a little bugbear in her shoulder, or in her armpit. She's gonna come around and open the other door.
All right. It is, surprise, another bedroom.
Woo!
It looks, it's got a bed. It looks dusty, and does not look really like there's any sign that anyone like lived here. So maybe it was a guest bedroom or something like that. It's cold. It just gives you like just a kind of, you just feel lonely looking at this sad little room that no one has stayed in decades.
Well, she's going to flop on the dusty bed just to make sure it's still working.
All right.
And she feels less lonely because she has her bugbear buddy.
Okay. Do you want to try and take a little nap?
Yeah, that sounds
All
great.
right.
Uh-oh, no.
stay away.
No, wait. Oh, actually, Lone Walker says, I have a thought.
Okay.
Yes.
Perhaps we lay a trap, a sleeping trap. If some of us choose to fall asleep,
Ooh, me.
perhaps Hermione, I have the ability to detect fey creatures like these mean locks, but I cannot detect mind flayers. I think I would have to consult the DM.
I don't think you can detect mind flayers. They are not fake creatures. They're
If they
aberrations.
are fiends,
They're aberrations.
they're aberrations. Let's see if I can do that one. I can.
Ooh.
Aberrations, celestials, elementals, fays.
This is a
fiends,
thing you
and
would do.
undeads.
You're not just constantly detecting.
Yeah, this is a spell.
Mhm.
So perhaps we could try laying a sleep trap.
Oh, Nis wonders if whatever creature this is in the forest or the mine, since this town has been abandoned. And I know that we had our nightmares, but would we be better off moving toward the mine and searching, or would you be able to detect the creatures if their effects were felt here?
That's a good question. Yeah, so me outside of it, I think I like that idea because it gives us more of an opportunity if that's where they kind of originated or whatever, or they hit a vein of mean lock, the mean lock ore. So I think that makes more sense than trying it here, even though that it was felt here. I don't know, maybe they've got like super long range on their ability to enter your nightmares or whatever.
It was. And remember,
Krueger.
they were trying to find it, but this may not be what it was. They were just desperately searching for something, and it all seems to have started at the mine. So I guess Nis is kind of like, hey, I know everybody's a little bit sleepy. I know, but like I think that we might want to keep our eyes on the fact that we need to go to the mine, and that's probably the source of this, and not spend too much time here. That's what Nis
Tony,
says.
what's the coffee mechanic?
Coffee, I think, is a magical elixir that doesn't exist in this continuity.
Drat.
Yeah.
Okay.
To the mines.
What if I got like I'm just kidding.
Is there a DoorDash? We could,
Can I roll for
Dungeon Dash?
Anyone have good berries?
Hermione, you are currently sleeping on the guest bed. Other people milling around the entryway.
No, I don't think did her.
No, we didn't let her go to
No,
sleep yet.
We're
Ness
ready to
went-
go to the mines.
Yeah.
Unless she fell asleep
Okay.
while Lone
Come
Walker
on.
was talking, because
Which is quite possible.
and we're like,
Could have happened.
oh,
I'm awake. Fine.
Snap out of it.
to the
You
mines,
feel like
to the
you-
mines.
You feel like you've gotten what you needed to from this place?
Tony, have we gotten what we needed?
I know that
I don't know.
sounded very.
Well, we're very tired and not observant, but I feel like we've
Mhm.
searched everywhere that's in this
Yeah.
place, and what we got was the
Quick-
context of them being desperate for help.
Quick
Mhm.
question, Tony.
Yeah.
Based on seeing the house from the outside and what we've seen of the house from the inside, does it seem like we have covered all the available space?
It does, and even it doesn't seem like there's really any places that there would even be any kind of significant secret, back staircase or every room that you're in, for example, has windows, which makes it clear that you're on an exterior wall,
Yeah.
and
Just really
Yeah.
quick before we go, QRS is going to take a quick circuit through the rooms that he can access and check the fireplaces and all of them.
Okay.
Should I roll something for that?
Yeah, roll something for that. Roll fireplaces.
It's
I
gonna
will-
be
Can I
bad.
help? Can I help him?
Yeah, I will
Yeah,
help
you'll help.
too. We're doing
That's
a
good.
quick
Help.
fireplace
I will
check
say,
before we get
perhaps
out of here.
I'm just realizing advice I could have given you a while ago if I had thought of it. When you are rolling with disadvantage, you could be helping each other just so that you at least have.
So
not
you don't even have to
disadvantage.
roll. The other person
Yeah,
can just say,
You just say I'm helping.
And that
Okay.
negates the disadvantage.
I'm
Yeah.
helping.
Yeah.
Helping infinity.
Thanks, Polly. It didn't help
Got
that much
you.
because I rolled a 10.
All right.
Thank you. Could've
You
been
know,
a
I
lot
will tell
worse.
you what you do find that I think because Polly had a hard time looking around. The bedroom in the southwest corner,
Mhm.
there is kind of, I think, not noticed on first look. There's a bunch of crumpled up pieces of paper, kind of over by the chimney, perhaps almost as if they were like to be burned at some point.
Mm. Okay. What's on them if I uncrumple them?
You uncrumple them. Do you uncrumple them with your hands?
Uh oh. Feet.
I'm going
Oh.
to say yes because that is what one would do.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that is
Teeth,
the
Tony.
traditional way to
Teeth.
just really get your face on there.
Teeth.
So you uncrumple them. They appear to be several it's like drafts of a letter, and it basically they started a letter and get halfway through it and then crumpled it up and kind of started over. And they are in fact letters addressed to the mayor of Marin, a town that you passed through on your way to Vermelon, and they are basically talking about how bad things are and asking for aid or help or rescue in various different ways. One of that you also noticed, there is up on the mantelpiece above the fireplace, there is a sealed letter. It's got a bright red wax seal on it.
I'll be taking that.
Okay.
And I'll be breaking that seal and reading it.
What?
All
do
right,
you use
the
your
bright red-
hands?
Mm-hmm.
I use my. No.
I just
I only break seals with
Wait, what does the
my
seal look like?
tuchus.
Look at the seal before you break it.
Arf, arf.
Is it singing "Kiss from a Rose"?
the seal looks like an ornate snowdrop blossom.
Baby. Okay, sorry. What was that? What was that, Tony?
Was it would Wynn say that it's the same as the signet ring on
Yeah.
the very pretty picture downstairs?
One would.
Excellent.
Ah, excellent.
Yes.
So what's on this letter?
The letter, you're reading through it. The letter appears to be the final version of the drafts that you were reading from the scrap paper, in
Does it
which
seem like it's better?
roll writing knowledge as a bard.
Performance?
Yeah, whatever. You could just roll straight up charisma.
I'm rolling performance. Ooh. If I
Oh, I'm helping.
I'm helping.
I
Yes,
helping.
helping.
so I mean they said they were helping. Before that, I rolled literally a 20 and a
Oh.
1
Oh, okay.
on my side. So I'll let
Wow.
you choose which one of those you want.
You can
to
take the
Helping.
20 to read.
Okay.
Frankly,
I rolled a
QRs,
20 on reading.
You read the crap out of that letter.
you've seen better.
I'm so inspired.
All right.
It is a letter to the mayor of Marin. If it was not already obvious, it is not the current mayor of Marin. It is signed Mayor Lay Duvizin, who I think you may have known was the mayor, the last mayor of Vermelon, in which she is pleading for help from that Marin being the next town over, pleading for help. That villagers are going missing every night.
Villagers or
morale.
villagers?
Villagers are going missing.
Thank you
Every
for the
night.
clarification there, Dan.
Way more concerning.
She is going to stay until the end, but she has already sent her wife and her 2 children ahead to Marin.
Nobody ever mailed this though, huh?
Nope. Yeah.
Mm.
That's depressing.
As you are reading that letter, QRS, you hear like a weird chittering noise.
Cheering.
Chittering.
Hooray! You read
Chitter-
it.
Shitter.
Chittering.
Oh, darn.
Nis, is that you chittering over there?
No.
Well, I don't like that.
Me neither.
Are there spiders?
Little Anthony, is that you chittering?
Listen,
No.
I'm not. Okay, sorry. Continue.
He's just rolling dice.
QRS, a creature that must have been invisible is suddenly next to you, and it is attacking you. It appears to be like a large, gross bug thing. It's kind of yellow colored with pincers and talons and kind of weird, gross hair growing on it. And it has a surprise round to attack QRS the Bard.
I don't like this.
Meatlock.
So mean.
Yep.
I wish I had met a nice lock.
Just gonna put the mean lock on the initiative track.
Ooh. Make friends with it.
That is what I do.
All right. The mean lock is gonna roll a claw attack versus QRS the Bard. I have rolled 17 plus 4 is 21, which I'm going to assume will hit a Bard. QRS, you take 7 slashing damage as it just opens up like a side of you. And you must succeed on a DC 11 Constitution saving throw.
Great. Okay, so 7 points of damage, you said. And Constitution saving throw. Now exhaustion. Do I have disadvantage on fun saving throws?
You do not have disadvantage. You only if you get to level 3 of exhaustion.
I will not go to level 3 with you. Okay. Constitution. Flat. Oh, Constitution. I rolled a 1, so I got a 2.
You are paralyzed. QRS gets like sliced on the arm. There's a gaping wound, and he is just like frozen in rictus as all of you are looking at this horrible insect creature that is suddenly kind of looming over QRS. Nis and Polly, I think you were in the same room as him, and you know it's unclear where this creature even came from. It's not a big room, and it just materialized in the corner next to QRS. Lone Walker and Hermione and Little Anthony are, just around the corner and heard perhaps the sound of battle, perhaps a scream, an agony scream from QRS before it was cut short by paralysis. What is this horrible creature? Spoiler, it's a meanlock. What is the nature of this horrible creature? Spoiler, it's from the Feywild. What are we going to learn about this horrible creature in the next episode of Total Party Kill? Does it bear or does it have ill will toward our adventurers? Probably. And what else has befallen the town of Vermelon? For answers to questions such as these, tune in next time to Total Party Kill. The end.
Good job, Dan.
Oh my God, my
We
face hurts so
totally
much.
should have had Lone Walker detect these things.
I know.
We didn't know.
We didn't
It was a
know.
fair
Did know.
concern-ness.
We-
I also wish I remembered to use my inspiring leader thing in the morning to give us all temporary hit points, because
Oh,
that would have been
that
would've been
wasn't
great.
a very
Great.
inspirational choice.
I'm tired in the morning, so
yeah.
So I think live stream / bootleg, we're going to take a short break. We'll be back in a little bit. Players, I will tell you the first thing you're going to do when you come back is roll initiative.
Quick question: does exhaustion? Do we have to?
Yeah,
Do we have
it's
disadvantage?
Do we have
technically an ability
disadvantage?
check, I believe, so I believe it is disadvantage.
Okay.
Oh.
Yay.
All right, we
Restart
will
my
be back
computer.
in a little bit.
All right. Until then.
Restart
Woo.
did take away the buzzing.
And we're
so
back.
Oh.
Yay!
And the bees are gone.
The bees are gone. Thank
Hello,
God.
bees.
Not the bees.
Goodbye,
Reference
bees.
acknowledged, Tony.
Bees?
Thank you.
Hello, bees.
Hello, bees.
Hello, bees. Reference to Dragon
Friends.
Dragon Friends.
Oh no, Tony!
episode.
Don't tell them about a much better D&D podcast. Shh.
No, that's like that's not what you're not supposed to. Just like a movie shouldn't tell you about a better movie.
That's
a
right.
podcast should not tell you about a better podcast. This is a bootleg. We're
It's
okay.
like the Wicker Man with Nicolas
Yes.
Cage saying, "Hey, did you ever see that movie, The Wicker Man?" No, not the one you're watching now. The better one that we're remaking. That's a
Oh, Micah.
creative
Yeah.
Micah, you rolled a 0 on initiative.
Wow.
Because
Let's get
Lone
these-
Walker's got fancy armor, and so
Also, yeah.
and then you roll a 1, and then you're at 0. That's how that
Well,
math
let's get
works.
this.
That's how
Get
it
all the bad
works.
rolls out of the way now.
All right.
All right. Are we ready to get to it?
I think so. Anyone not ready? Everyone's still recording or just started recording,
All right. Let's
Yep.
let's
Still
roll it.
Recording is happening.
recording.
and the live stream is going. So that just means I need to start.
It is.
Yes.
All right. Welcome back to Total Party Kill. It's me, Tony Sindelar, a dungeon master. We are continuing our Candlekeep mysteries, a deep and creeping darkness. Our adventurers have headed into the desolate, abandoned mayor's mansion looking for clues as to what exactly befell the people, the town of Vermelon, when some strange bug-like monstrosity has attacked them out of the darkness. I'm going to introduce them in initiative order because that's right, people. We're in combat. First up, it's Jason Snell. Hi, Jason.
Hi there. I'm playing Nis. She is a lizard folk sorcerer running a sorcery school in her spare time, but she's doing this too, and she's ready to fight.
Let me tell you, Jason, every academic needs to have a side hustle.
Uh-huh.
Also joining us, it's Dan Morin.
Hello, I am playing Quartz, a bard. He's very, very tired.
Also,
He's
I
being
believe you're
attacked by a
currently-
evil thing.
you're currently paralyzed because you got slashed by an evil thing.
It's been so long, Tony. I'd already forgotten.
Is Dan quiet for anyone else?
He's a little quiet.
A little quiet.
A little
I
quiet.
just want
Crank
to
it
make
up,
sure
Dan.
it wasn't me still.
Or just shout.
I'll play around with it.
All
All
right.
right. Next up, it's Tiff Armit. Tiff, welcome back.
I playing Polly Quartz, rock gnome druid, and he has a little fiend turned friend named Little Anthony.
Next up in the initiative order is my horrible monster. It's Meanlock. But after the Meanlock, it is Kathy Campbell.
Hello, Tony. I am playing Hermione, who she is a centaur fighter and currently snuggling with a bugbear stuffed animal and sleeping on a bed in a spare room.
Yeah,
I guess
everything's,
not
her
sleeping.
eyes.
Everything's
Resting
great
her
down the
eyes.
hall.
Yes, everything's fine.
And last, but certainly not least, your friend and mine, Micah Sargent. Hi, Micah.
Oh, hey, I play Ashguri Lone Walker Mako Tatahani, who is a Goliath paladin who goes by Lone Walker. And he and I both use he, him pronouns.
Thank you, Micah. So let me just paint the picture here / check that people are where they think they are on the map. Polly, Nis, and Quartz, you are located in what I think we could probably conclude at this point was the mayor's bedroom. You are looking through some drafts of letters that were never sent, giving some detail about the final moments of Vermelon when this horrible bug monster appeared out of thin air and attacked Quartz. It looks like Little Anthony is kind of loitering on the second floor landing just outside the bedroom. Lone Walker is in the library just a little ways down the hall. And Hermione is just moments away from dozing off in the guest bedroom on the other side of the house. But it's not that big a house, so you're not far from things, and you're all aware of what's happening. Nis, we are going to start with you. You're in the mayor's bedroom. You rolled the top initiative order. I will tell you, this creature that is in front of you is very unsettling. I need you to make a DC 11 wisdom saving throw because you started your turn in its vicinity.
Oh boy, my rolls continue. It's a 3.
Keep them on saving throw, so you did not have disadvantage on it if you rolled with disadvantage. But nope, that was just a.
I am not exhausted, Tony.
Okay. What are you wise?
I'm just rolling badly.
All right. Well, I thought we were all better at Dungeons and Dragons but we go to adventure with the dice we have and not the dice we need. The bad news is that you are starting your turn frightened by this creature. Let me just remind myself what frightened means in D&D 5th edition.
Oh boy, it's more effects.
I believe it means you have to you have to move away from the creature. A frightened creature has a disadvantage on ability checks and attack roll while the source of its fear is within line of sight, and you can't willingly move closer to the source of its fear. So you can't get closer to this creature through your own free will, and you're kind of startled, so your ability to do things is impeded while this horrible monster is within your field of vision. I believe that you can repeat that wisdom saving throw at the end of oh no, it's just the effect is for a turn.
Oh, okay. So I'm just scared for a turn.
Yeah. You are scared by this horrible bug thing. What are you going to do?
All right, and it's disadvantage to attack rolls, right? You said?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to move outside the door, but still in line of sight.
Yep.
And I'm going to choose an attack that doesn't require me to roll an attack roll.
That would be the way to do it. Some kind of magic.
Some sort of magical missile, I think. And I'm going to roll. There's a lot of them. Let's see what happens, everybody.
Let's see what happens together.
16 damage as 4 magical missiles erupt and slam into the monster.
All right. The little magic force missiles whiz across the bedroom, tearing into the carapace of this horrible little bug monster. Well, not little, but you know. And I will tell you that this creature appears to be bloodied by this attack.
And then I step back further and say to my pals, hey, monster over here. Monster. There's a monster. Very bad monster.
Are you ending your turn not in sight of this horrible monster, either by moving further down the hall or putting your hands over your eyes?
I did. I stepped back from the door, and now I am one step out of line of sight of the monster.
Excellent. Quartz, you're next. You're unfortunately paralyzed. Paralyzed creature is incapacitated. They can't move or speak. They automatically fail lots of things. Attack rolls against you have an advantage. You can't take actions or reactions. So I think you can't really do anything.
Is there a save against paralysis at the end of this?
This lasts for 1 minute. You can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of its turns.
All right, so I will saving throw now, which was what? Constitution?
DC 11, Constitution.
9.
Sorry, Quartz. You lived a good life. You died as
a good time
in
to
a mansion.
Tell everybody about the spell I have that can prevent people from being frightened. Oh well, can't cast it. Don't have any actions.
Little Antony, as controlled by Tiff, is in the top of the stairs landing.
So little Antony can try. He's going to try and scare the creature.
Okay.
Ooh.
He's going to peek his head in. Yeah, he's going to try and out scare him.
Mm-hmm.
And so he needs the creature within 20 feet. Yeah, is that good?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay, so give me a wisdom saving throw.
All right. The creature will do a wisdom saving throw. The creature has rolled a 10.
That is what they need to for save.
All right.
That's the number.
The horrible bug thing kind of just chitters its pincer and just stares at little Antony with kind of cold, dead eyes.
Oh, they fall in love.
That's oh wait, yeah. If all of you die, if all the player characters die, we'll just focus on this bug monster and little Antony for the continuation of Total Party Kill. They can go back to Candlekeep and have a destination wedding. It, you know.
Oh,
All right.
that's all we got.
Polly is next. Polly, you started your turn in close proximity to this horrible monster that you might be afraid of. DC 11 Wisdom saving throw, or you will be afraid of this creature.
DC 11. There's an 11 dice.
Well, no. You roll 20. You want to get higher.
Oh.
You want to get 11 or up.
You don't have the
15.
D11. Perhaps you meant to get
I know.
P-Calc by James Thompson with an 11-sided die.
Yeah.
I got a 15.
All right. You are not, like you gather yourself. You are not phased by this.
You did not make the noise that Nis made as she left the room.
So is being paralyzed poison?
It is not poisoned.
Separate
Not
thing.
it's not poison. Okay.
Nope.
I'm going to do. Gosh, I guess the only thing how are you doing, QRS?
I'm down 7 currently. I guess it depends whether or not we kill this thing. It doesn't seem to have a lot of hit points. If Nis bloodied it with how much damage do you do, Jason? Like 11?
12,
14?
14, something like that.
Somewhere in there.
4, 8, 16.
16. Yeah.
But that was with
Roll
like,
the
magic.
tape.
12 plus 4. Yeah.
It was with magic. I'll agree on that front.
So the only kind of magic thing that I have is like earth tremor. So, but you would be affected if you fail. But I also have healing word that I can save you later.
Okay. Well, I mean, do what you need to.
All right. So I'm
your
gonna
thing.
do earth tremor and
Is that
tremor.
an inside spell?
I mean, it's within 10 feet. It says range.
Yeah,
10 feet.
Yeah. Okay.
In a
That's not-
rickety, broken down
No,
house.
the question was not, can you cast that indoors?
It's should you?
I'm going to.
All right. That's
Do
it's your game, and I don't actually. I have no idea what Earth Tremor
Oh,
does.
wait.
I
it's
was
only
just thinking
wait,
about.
Wait. I might change my mind because it's
Okay.
bludgeoning damage. It's not magic damage. Is like magic damage and bludgeoning damage different?
Yeah, technically,
Bludgeoning,
but
slashing, and piercing are sort of the general physical damage types. We don't know that this creature is in any way immune to any of those damage types. It might take normal damage. You might be able to stab it just fine. We haven't tried.
Yeah,
I was made.
because
I was
Right,
mainly.
right.
I just assumed that a spell called Earth Tremor might be dangerous to use in a house, but I have no idea what it does.
All right.
'Cause
I'm
the
just
main
gonna use my
reason-
club because I'm close by.
Yeah,
just gonna use
Jason
my club.
was scared, so he didn't want to have to roll dice.
Got it. All right.
That's
So
why.
I used my club and I got a 1. So that's awesome.
We're doing
That's awesome.
so good.
Yeah, we're doing great. That's great.
All right. The horrible bug monster that is a Meanlock is next. It is going to attack Cueris. It seems focused on you because
Surprising.
you are paralyzed. I have rolled a 15 and a 16. I will take the 15. 15 plus 4 is 19. You'll take 7 more slashing damage. And I mean, you're already paralyzed, but now you're paralyzed for, I guess,
Again.
It doesn't
but,
really do
you know.
anything after the first
No.
time.
There's no double paralysis, right?
There's no double paralysis.
Actually, if you hit me
Uh-huh.
again, I'm unparalyzed.
That's how that works.
It's like a light switch.
Uh-oh.
Just flip 'em
That's
right
just
back on.
science.
All right, Hermione, you are, so you are about to have a nice little nap when somebody started making all kinds of ruckus down the hall.
She's gonna like startle more awake, fall off the bed, and double move over to here because that's as far as she can go with her double.
All right,
move.
you
Slow.
And that is her
charge
turn.
down.
Huzzah! Here I come.
You
She
charge
can do
across
nothing.
the mansion triumphantly. Clop, 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 clop.
Careful, you're
Lone
slow.
Walker.
You're slow.
Yeah.
All right. Lone Walker is going to. I calculated I can get to here.
You enter the
and,
bedroom.
Is going to. I think we'll do a nice sacred flame.
Okay.
So let's see. Is that a save? Yes. Target must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or take 1d8 radiant damage. Dex save of 12.
I have rolled 7 plus 2 is 9, which is less than 12. The horrible bug monster tries to kind of like chitter, like kind of duck into the chimney and fails. So you hit it with
4 damage.
4 probably radiant damage, I'm guessing.
Yes. Sorry, radiant damage.
You scorch the bug. It it kind of makes a horrible kind of squealing noise as this happens.
Don't like that.
Nope.
Still alive?
Oh yeah.
Okay, then
After that sound?
I am going to where is it? There's one where I can add. Sorry, I'm trying to find it. It's where I can add some damage if I want to.
Oh yeah.
Bow, bow.
Sorry. I thought it was a bonus action. No. Okay, I think that we will just leave it at that. Yeah, let's
All
just
right.
leave it at that for now. Sorry.
Nis,
Hi.
you are outside. Let's see here.
Not frightened anymore. One turn, right?
Start of its turn. Yes. So you did not start your turn in close proximity to the thing. You are not frightened.
I'm going to step into the room, having girded myself. Nis is like, I know it's scary, but I'm gonna go in there. And what's the term? Zips up.
My people will be in contact with your people.
That's that. Now this time, that's 12 damage.
All right. The horrible bug monster kind of flips onto its back with several scorch marks in its carapace. It is no longer moving.
Yay!
Yay!
And I say to Lone Walker, I guess I shouldn't have talked you out of scanning for monsters.
Perhaps it would be worth running one of those spells, or do you think we were just facing against one bug here?
It was
in
invisible.
the house?
There's no way for us to know.
Tony, I think first, could I roll nature and sort of inspect the corpse?
Sure.
I think I've learned a thing or two from Elevor and his scatological proficiency. One of those things is that bug-like creatures, when they are around other bug-like creatures, get a lot of exoskeleton from other ones, and also scat from other bug-like creatures. But if this one sort of walked away and has trudged its way into this house, then it probably has less of that on its carapace. So I just want to see if it seems like it sort of just like it's been hanging out in a nest recently, or if it's kind of away from its pals. But let's see what my a 22 on nature, Tony. What's that going to do for us?
Whoa.
Well, this creature is it is a fey creature. It is from the Fey Wild. It is a large bug-like fey creature. It seems you're kind of looking at it, and I think it is maybe not completely solo, but seems like a relatively solo creature. Perhaps strangely for this creature, it on one of its horrible little pincers at the ends of its little claws, it's wearing a ring.
Oh no!
I think Lone Walker is going to turn to Polly and say, "You seem like someone who could recognize the value of an object, regardless of what it is. Would you like to take a look at this?"
I
And he
think he's
points at
coming
the
on to
ring.
you.
First of all, that's rude. Second of all, yes, I could.
In the words of your people, I think, I calls them like I sees them.
QRS, you are still paralyzed, but you're starting to.
Everyone's having a good time.
It lasts for a minute, and there's not really anything you can do about it.
We actually
right?
didn't notice that he was paralyzed. We thought he was just standing there, and then he fell over backward. And we're like, "Oh,
You're feeling like
You
you're
didn't
starting
notice he
to
was
kind of.
paralyzed. He hasn't said anything for a minute. That should be
Yeah.
a dead giveaway.
Well, we were hoping he was just being quiet."
A
Yeah.
dead giveaway.
QRS, something you have like you're starting to kind of come out of the paralysis. You can feel your muscles starting to kind of soften up when there is just like this lancing pain through your brain.
Oh my God.
That's where I keep my best ideas.
Is assaulting you as if it is trying to strip mine your best ideas and sell them at a filthy brain yard sale. Give me a DC 14 wisdom save.
Wisdom, not my strong suit. What is my strong suit?
I
Bagpipes.
ask myself that in real life. all the
Haven't
time.
found it yet.
As a bard, you're, master of none, jack of all trades.
Jack of some trades. That was a 6.
I'm going to say that you are hit with a horrible 10 psychic damage.
Oh
Ow.
my God.
Ow, that's a really big headache. I have 3 hit points. It's been a rough morning.
Tony, so there are two things. I do want to. I know that we've got to deal with QRs, but I'm putting it in my mind not to forget about the ring that I want
The ring.
Polly to look at. But
Yep.
anyway, Lone Walker is going to walk over to QRS, and I want to do a medicine check first. Well, a 9 probably isn't going to do it. Okay. I will.
He looks not great.
I will place my hands upon.
He is dying whilst not dying, but he is on a path toward death while standing on his feet, frozen. But you can see just like I imagine maybe his eyes have started to move and they are just exuding pain.
Let me say that with I know a 9 is not great, but would I have any idea at all based on maybe that nature check earlier paired with the fact that we've been fighting this thing, would I have any idea about if there's a disease or a poison going on here, or if this is something else?
Especially if he's taking damage after we killed the thing. Would we have an idea that this is
I think you
suspicious
don't
in some way?
I mean they're probably linked. So
Okay.
yeah. It is probably it's unlikely that Dan's character just has a bad migraine at this moment.
So here's why I'm asking, because
it's important because QRS doesn't listen to his own songs.
I can use 5 hit points of lay on hands to cure a disease or a poison, and I can just give hit points for health.
He is not suffering from a disease or a poison.
Okay, then in that case, I lay my hands on QRS. And let's go with 8. 8 hit points restored.
I'm up to 11.
Is that a cantrip for you, Micah?
6, 7, 8. It's a special feature that I get 20 per long rest.
Paladin feature.
20 total per long rest. Yeah.
Probably might want to take a short rest at some point, or at least
No resting.
No sleeping.
Short rest.
Short rest. Okay.
No
Okay.
sleep till. Okay.
Mine
Money.
We do need to get to the Gemeinschaft Shaft Bank.
So there's a dead bug. There's a ring. There's a bard that is still. We'll say the paralysis is starting to wear off.
I like to think that
I'm doing well.
I like to think that it ends. It doesn't end gradually, ends abruptly. So he picks up mid scream from where he's
Okay. Can we
all
hear
of a
that?
sudden he's just staring at Low Walker. He goes, "Ah!"
Sounds about right.
Is that all you say?
I say to Lone Walker, what do you think? Do you think there could be more of them? Do you want to do your spell now to see if there are more of them around, or should we just get out of here?
My problem is the limit I have on magic.
Yes.
We don't seem to be benefiting from the corpses of these creatures, so perhaps it is best if we leave and find more in the mines versus staying here and using up too much of the magic I have on hand.
I take the ring though.
But yes, the ring.
All right. Do you want to look at the ring, Polly?
I do want to look at the ring because I.
Do you want to look
suspect
at it
it's
with your eyes?
my eyes? Yeah. Do I have to roll to use my eyes?
We
There
take
you
the
go.
ring off
Hips.
of it. Does the horrible monster turn back into like a beautiful prince? Something like that?
No.
Or the princess,
No,
or
it's
the
just- it's-
mayor, right?
Or the
It's
mayor?
just a dead
Dead
insect.
bug. Just a dead bug, all right.
The ring
Dead
is
bug with
a
a great taste in jewelry.
heavy platinum signet ring inscribed with a snowdrop blossom.
Oh.
So okay. So do we think that the mayor turned into this awful bug, or this awful bug just ripped off this ring from the mayor?
This awful bug ran from mayor. And won because
there's no voters.
Most popular policies.
This bug is the mayor. We killed
Democracy
the mayor.
works, people.
Oh no, we're in so much trouble.
Higher cognitive creatures are typically recognized by their tool use. We didn't see this creature using tools, which leads me to believe it would not have picked up the ring and put it on, but instead was wearing it when it changed.
Sorry, in my head there was a scene where QRS pulls a bag out from behind it, and it's like a full set of like bartending gear. Just thinking of the weirdest set of tools this creature could possibly have.
Is there any kind of investigation that we could do that now we kind of suspect that the mayor turned into this terrible creature?
I'm going to go back to the
There
book.
are some books.
I'm going to go back to the book that was specifically about this creature now.
Good idea.
Mm-hmm.
And I would like to read it more carefully and understand more about this creature.
All right.
If I could.
Does somebody want to help you?
So I would love for
can-
somebody to help me.
I can help.
What do I get for help?
Also help.
We're all helpful.
Nothing says helpful like 5 people sitting around one
Shouting
book.
over you on your
Yeah, I need
Yeah.
help
I mean, it is a Candlekeep mystery.
reading. Go reading.
Yeah. Literacy.
If I
When-
remember
Reader.
one thing about high school
Take a look.
group assignments.
It's in a book. It's really all right. Roll with
Wait,
advantage.
Kathy, what were you saying?
I was just gonna say when Nis passes me, I'm gonna say, "Oh, hey, that ring looks like the one in the picture downstairs." I'm because I'm very aware.
You're
and,
yeah.
yeah.
Yay, it's with advantage, and so therefore it's a 10. So 11.
All
Can we
right.
Can we help more?
I think you're either helping or you're not. I mean, there's what 5 of you, so there could be two readers.
Should I roll 5 d20 and then take the highest?
Somebody else could be reading
I got
with
a
advantage.
19.
All right.
Renee should look because she was looking at the portrait.
So Nis Lone Walker comes over and turns the book up the right side up for you.
Good.
That's so mean.
You rolled a 10. You didn't roll a 5. But between you and look, you're also trying to maybe decipher some of the notes and what's going on. There's some filtering out kind of what is speculated about mean locks versus what is kind of agreed upon science fact about this fictional creature. All of Dungeons and Dragons is fictional. None of this has
Wait, this
happened.
isn't
None of
real?
this
What?
will happen.
Then what is that thing I
Science
see in my
fact
room?
within the world, Tony.
I just say this so that I can't get sued. People. Mean locks, according to the what you're able to piece together from the research here, are corrupted fey creatures, and they are rather unfortunate and kind of horrid creatures that spontaneously manifest in our realm in response to fear. Fear and places where the border between this realm and the Feywild might be thin, allowing them to kind of come forth.
So how did it get to be wearing a ring?
Yeah, do they spontaneously manifest out of
Mean
people's
locks,
bodies?
They have the way that mean locks do not have a traditional way of reproducing. They create more of their kind through transforming humanoids through a process
Oh
of
my God.
psychic torment.
So it's sort of like the mother mean lock can touch one and make it.
Oh,
into
And it
Kiwaris,
even-
into
you
one.
were almost a baby meanlock.
Yeah.
Aw.
Almost.
Their claw attack can paralyze, at which point a group of mean locks can psychologically torment the victim, putting them on a path toward becoming a mean
I just
lock.
want to tell you all I'm really
This is
sorry for the
horrifying.
bagpipes I've seen out there of my ways.
The important information there is it requires a group of mean locks,
I heard that.
living mean locks in vicinity to do this. Mean
I
locks
think
live
it's
in
time for that spell, Lone Walker.
mean locks live in subterranean nests, and they are very sensitive to bright light, Yeah.
Subterranean, you say?
Subterranean. That's below the earth.
Mhm.
Thank you.
From the Latin,
Good, Polly.
subterranean.
There's nothing below the earth. It's in space.
Yeah.
Are we
Bright
talking about
light,
down
huh?
space, Stan?
Turtles. There's turtles below.
All the way down.
All the way down. Bright light is interesting. We probably are people carrying like lanterns and torches and stuff. 'cause
I
they would have
remember
all-
Tony canonically saying we had boomsticks or whatever they're called.
Yeah.
Fun rods.
Yeah.
What'd you call it?
rods.
Sun rods.
Fun rods.
Am I making that up? That's a D&D thing,
Yeah.
right?
Well, see, you did this exact same
Did
thing
we get
last
them
time,
from
which is why I
Crate and
remember
Barrel?
it.
You got them from a crate or a barrel.
All right.
I
Do we
don't
want to
do
get out of
sunrise.
the stupid house?
Yes.
Yes.
Let's
mean,
get out
I'd
of the
like to
stupid
take-
house.
I'd like to take another nap, but I guess we can go.
Head
No
to
naps.
a subterranean location.
I wouldn't mind taking.
Where could
I-
we find
So, two
a
things.
subterranean location?
Oh, we could
In
do
a
a short
mining
rest.
town.
Short rest
a
in the
short rest
vestibule.
would be great.
Yeah.
Because I am at 11 out of 27, and then on
Actually,
the way to the mine,
If we
I
do that,
can
then I
do
will
our-
cast.
Actually, we're gonna do a short rest out in the sunlight.
Good.
I like that. Yeah, a
Smart.
nice picnic.
Picnic.
Thank you,
Ooh,
Nis.
picnic.
Picnic
That's an
rest.
Excellent idea.
I love a good picnic.
Who doesn't?
Okay.
All right. As you head out of the mayor's mansion, it is an unusually overcast day.
Oh, no.
No.
Son of a.
Wait, how do we get? Can you make us outside, please?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Thank you.
Sorry, I didn't know if there was something I was doing wrong there. Now that I've been a DM and used Roll20, I'm like, okay, there are so many buttons. Am I not?
Yes,
pressing them?
welcome to my world.
Welcome
Feel
to
my
your pain.
suffering, Micah. Services that
possible
I have
for-
done for you for years, and now you are on the other end.
Now I get it.
Which we appreciate.
Is it possible for
very
me to get
much.
rid of turn order screen, or is that something you have to do?
I think can you close it
controls it
all with an
forever.
X? I'll
There it
close
goes. So it went away.
Oh, I
now.
do. I
So,
did not know that I could close it all.
Group, I have Pass Without a Trace as a spell that can mask us from detection. I don't know if that's something that we might want to do while we rest.
How long is it?
Concentration up
last?
to 1 hour. How long's a short rest?
1 hour.
1
so
hour.
we have to do it after we rest.
Okay.
Because otherwise
Oh.
it will wear off. And I think you can't. Can you maintain concentration during a rest? I don't actually know.
Yeah, I was wondering that too. If you could.
Seems
do
like that
both.
wouldn't be very restful.
Lee, I think not. But
I
here's
don't
what we
need to
can do.
rest if I can stay unrested because
Right,
I
you'll
have
still
all
have
my
to
hit
cast-
points and
You
my
still have to wait
spell
because
slots.
otherwise the rest of us are waiting for an hour and then your spell will wear off just as we finish our rest, which would be inconvenient.
Oh, I was just trying to protect everyone.
No,
don't
but it
want
might be
anything-
good
I don't want-
after that. How
Okay.
far away? Do we know how far away the mine is, Tony?
How far away on the mine is the mine? Not far.
And I was wondering what Lone Walker's spell is that might detect
Yeah, I
these
was
things,
thinking I could
and
just
what
do
the
that.
range is of it.
It's 30 feet.
Oh,
Kind of close, so it's like imminent danger rather than far off, sort of.
I don't have an exact answer on how far the mine is, but not far.
I mean, yeah. All I need is
More than 30
You're-
feet.
You're, you're a dungeon master, Tony. Ballpark.
It's a 5-minute walk.
All right. If we take twice as long to walk there, I will do my inspiring leader thing and give us all 10 hit points. But let's do a rest first if people don't.
Okay.
mind.
Okay.
So you're gonna basically just gonna have you're gonna sprawl out here on the yard in front of the mayor's house. Is that your plan? It's not.
With all of our boom
very-
rods.
It's
I've already
not
forgotten what
very
they're called.
defensible location. But I guess you would also
Only gonna
see
be here for an
anything
hour.
coming.
I mean,
Okay.
Yeah, and
Yeah, sleeping
I've
here.
got some tricks up my sleeve, but with the paladin magic. So
Mm,
if
yeah.
I
I'm not,
need to, I can.
and I'm not going to take a short rest. I'll be watching too.
okay.
I'm taking a short rest. Thanks.
I'm also watching. I'm not resting.
The resting
to
won't
rest.
help my exhaustion, right? I'm
Yes,
just gonna.
correct.
Okay.
But
Okay.
I need to
I'm
get some hit points back, so I'm going to do that, and I'm going to do a song of rest.
All right. Well, here's the challenging thing, Dan. Your
Don't
short
know.
rest is going to be interrupted.
Taking back my hit dice, then.
Yep. So it sounds like many of you are not actually taking a rest, but being actively on guard, and and because of that, you are not surprised. You are aware of the sounds of movement around you in the town of Vermilon. You know that these creatures can turn invisible because one of them was invisible in the house and appeared and attacked Quartz. And you are aware that there is several of them kind of moving in and out of the various structures. So even though they are visually not, they're invisible, they still make noise and leave footsteps, and things might kind of crumble as they climbed over a decaying wall, or some tiles might fall off a roof as they scurry across it. You are not alone in Vermilon.
I'm not surprised.
We
What can I say?
Go back
all
to
right,
the coves.
Tony, really quick, as an action, I am going to throw. So, as you might remember from one of the earlier adventures of the Quartz carries about a deck of cards.
Mm-hmm. A deck of many things?
It's not a deck of many things because
Okay.
I'm not a madman. It is, however, a deck of illusions. And I'm going to throw one of those. It says I can throw a card within 30 feet and basically drop it. So I'm going to sort of drop one. I don't know. Where are we? We're over here. Maybe like right in front of the tree.
Okay.
Now, here's the thing about the deck of illusions. It's random. So I literally have no idea what this illusion is going to be. So I'm going to roll a...
See no way this could go wrong.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
It's gonna be totally fine.
I'm going to roll a little die here and see what this might be. I used to have an actual deck of cards I was using for this because there's like rules on...
Sure. But you
Sometimes
can
you
roll
have-
a 52-sided die and you'll be okay.
Yeah.
I'm just going to remove these labels because we don't need them anymore.
Oh,
All right.
the suspense.
Waiting
Would it
for Dan
be-
to tell us what his deck of illusions do. This is my deck of illusion song. It's a song about a deck of illusions.
Springing into existence just in front of the tree is a fire giant.
Whoa.
Whoa!
Played by Dan Morin. Does it make sound?
Foo, fi,
That's actually an important- is it-
fire.
Is it?
God.
Wow.
Is it just a visual illusion, or is it a auditory illusion as well?
An illusion of one or more creatures forms of the throne card. An illusory creature appears real of the appropriate size and behaves as if it were a real creature, except that it can do no harm.
First.
Well,
Ooh,
I'm
Who
within-
disturbs
again.
my
Oh,
slumber?
It moves.
Yeah, I bought some animated gift tokens.
Now he's
Oh,
orange.
so did
orange.
I.
When you
Oh.
made him orange, he doesn't move anymore.
No.
Oh, he doesn't. It breaks the animated gift. Sorry. right. Imagine him on fire.
And while I'm within 120 feet of the illusory creature and can see it, I can use an action to move it anywhere within 30 feet of its card.
Okay.
But any physical interaction would reveal that it's an illusion.
No touching.
And it requires a DC 15 intelligence or investigation check to identify it as an illusion.
All right. As your lumbering fire giant kind of appears 30 feet away from you on the kind of toward the center of the ruins of the town, several mirrorlocks kind of appear out of the various shambling houses and are kind of menacing the giant.
It roars at them and, like swings its club, but like over their head in a way it wouldn't
Sure.
normally hit them. Yeah.
Now, as soon as they attack it, it will become clear that it's an
Oh my
illusion,
God, that's
right?
a lot
Correct.
of them.
But
Do we want
We'll
to?
flush them out.
Yes. So it appears that there are 6 meanlocks here in the village that are attacking.
Quick
The
question,
giant.
compatriots: fight or run?
Yeah, that's the question.
Fight or flee.
Well,
That's
it's
a
gonna
lot.
be hard to run anywhere with half speed.
Oh, great point.
And they can also, as a
Fight
group,
or power walk.
my concern is that as a group, they could possibly turn, I don't know if the mechanics are there, but they could possibly turn one of our friends into a meanlock.
My
Right.
bigger concern is that they all have things that can paralyze on a melee attack. So if we're gonna fight them, fighting them from far away would
Yeah.
probably be better. But
There are some paths that lead behind.
I also
houses
would
and
not
stuff.
be. I would not, especially since I'm pretty weak right now. I would not be
I will
opposed
say
to
also,
running as well.
Kiara seems to have initiated this situation without having a team meeting. You probably really only have moments to decide what are you doing.
It was either that or they're going to get the jump on us. So
Yeah,
at
no.
least now we
I
know
mean,
where they are.
I think you have well, also they were going to attack you, which they are not doing. This is great. I'm not saying it's not great. I'm just saying you can't have it's not really appropriate to have a 10-minute conversation about the tactics of running away or staying. You should probably just decide what you're doing.
I have some like really big
certainly,
spells.
for example, you have drawn them out. You know how many there are and where they are, and they think that there's a giant, which there's not. So, but there are 6 of them, and yeah.
I'm game either way. Just who wants to make a call on this one?
I have some pretty large, like earth-moving spells that could cause a lot of damage.
Is it that one earth-moving spell from before?
Well,
Two.
I will,
earth-moving.
I will say they are summoned by fear. So I wonder if they are a side effect of whatever caused the fear in the mine, and not the actual cause, which would mean that
Very
we're
possible.
fighting the side effect and not the disease here.
So we run?
Yeah, I
I
mean,
think we
that
should go to
said,
the
they're
mine.
also very bad, and we could clean up this place, but it feels to me like this is not
We can always
the
come back.
necessarily the origin of this. And if we've got a fire giant who could stomp, say, the other direction in a distracting way while we run the other way, maybe we would be better off.
I like that.
Okay.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
All right, that sounds good.
I'm gonna send the fire giant Tony up this path, basically.
Okay,
as
and
we
you'll
shift
go
to
up
the right and you head towards
the other
right.
path. All right.
Yeah.
I think remember, as soon as they hit the fire giant,
We just need a head start.
Yeah. So you have a head start, and you head off to the mines.
Yeah, and Hermione and Qeris are moving
Very slowly.
very slowly.
Yeah. All right. So the fire giant stops around. The Mirlock seem nervous about engaging such a horrible creature, but at some point one of them does, or perhaps they try and do a psychic attack on it that does not detects that it does not have a psyche. One way or another, your illusion does not last very long, but you have used it to buy yourself enough time to get out of town without fighting the 6 Meanlocks that live here.
Next
in
question
Vermelon.
is, since it is, like you said, it's around 5 minutes of
Vermelon.
mine, but since Hermione and I are moving at half speed, presumably it takes us 10 minutes, which is
Wow,
just enough
thanks.
time for me to give you all temporary hit points. So congratulations for that.
Thanks,
Assuming
Dr.
you're
Mass.
assuming you're all walking roughly at our speeds, you can all take
Mhm.
seven temporary hit points right now.
Nice.
How long do temporary hit points last?
Till a
Is that
Until you
still-
take a long rest. Yeah, until you
Yeah.
sleep.
It's a long time.
Okay.
They're not so temporary, but they are temporary.
Yeah.
All right. You head from Vermelon. Vermelon is kind of built in a nice kind of flat open area. You head up from the flat open area here up into the kind of craggy peaks of the mountains. There is a decent sized path that leads up there, and not too far a walk from Vermelon, you arrive at the outside of the platinum mine that was once the source of everything good in Vermelon. There's a gaping hole in the mountainside that marks the entrance to the mine. There's several carts outside. Some of them are filled with rock and dirt. Some of them are empty. Some of them are piled with large kind of timbers, beams of fresh wood, perhaps for repairing or expanding the mine, that have not been used and have been abandoned here. So I guess once fresh wood, now well-aged and weathered wood.
Just like me.
Yeah. And there are, it looks like there are several kind of places where perhaps they had started mining excavations, but one main one in terms of a shaft that goes deep into the mine that they were using mine carts to bring out just lots and lots of platinum from.
Oh my gosh, you guys, I just had an epiphany. The people weren't disappearing. They were turning into those things.
Wow. That's smart.
Yes, I think this is quite likely.
Did you
I'm
guys all
against it.
think of that already?
We
I'm
have
just really late
solved
to
the
this
mystery.
party.
already.
Oh, you
Had that.
excellent work.
It's good. It was
I
excellent work.
didn't.
So yeah, Lone Walker starts to say like, I thought we already had that figured out, but he hears Nis sort of being a diplomat and is like, right, very good, yes.
You don't need to do this to me. I understand. Damn it.
Yes. You,
as you head
Holly,
into the
you have
mine.
solved the mystery.
I get it. I get it. Thanks.
Mm. As you head into the mine, I'm assuming you want to head into the mine. As you head into the mine, it is dark and damp. You hear the sounds of dripping water echoing from kind of deep within the earth. Once you get, there's kind of sunlight filtering in for the first 30 feet or so of the mine, but as you get deeper in, it is pitch black, and you are using your sun rods and torches and whatnot. The darkness here is just kind of oppressively gloomy. There are shadows kind of everywhere.
Would you
there's
describe it as deep and creeping, perhaps?
it's at least deep. The creeping darkness is within you.
Oh, I
Oh
don't like it.
no.
Against it.
If anybody's creeping here, it's you.
Creeping.
Each of you
I'm creeping here.
Each of you needs to make a wisdom saving throw, DC
Oh, no.
14.
Okay.
Stop with
I
the saving throws already.
Gotta be careful.
Don't-
Me.
Have disadvantage, correct?
No, you do not have disadvantage
Okay.
on saving throws yet.
Yeah.
I did not do
Thanks.
great.
Woohoo!
What was the DC?
What'd you say?
14.
I made it. 16.
16. Me too.
All right.
I saved on something.
Dice buddies.
Yay!
I got a 10.
All right.
Oh,
No, wait. I have a question. The saving throw thing, if you have plus something in the saving throw box on the,
Yep.
you add that, right?
You add that.
Whew. All right.
All right. Is QRS the only one who failed?
No, I also failed.
QRS
No.
and Lone Walker. The darkness is oppressive. You find yourself distracted by kind of all the shadows and movement, and maybe even like, is that dripping water or is it the sound of distant whispers? You are going to have disadvantage on intelligence and wisdom checks while you're inside the mine.
Joke's on you, Tony. I'm exhausted. I already have disadvantage on those things.
No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't, only if you were at level 3 of
Nope. No,
exhaustion.
those are ability checks.
Sorry. You're right. Joke's on me. You're already
Yeah.
exhausted.
That's right. Double jokes on you.
All right.
It's bad for Lone Walker, though.
Well,
Yeah,
bad
sorry,
for
Lone
Lone
Walker.
Walker.
What if I cast a buff on myself? Could that undo a boo-boo?
I don't think so.
Because there are two. There's, I guess, is this? Well, okay. I'll tell you what I was thinking. There's protection from evil and good, which
Ooh,
keeps you
Protection
protected
from good.
from creatures who cause this this kind of thing. So target can't be charmed, frightened, or possessed. And then also, if the target is already charmed, frightened, or possessed, then I would have advantage on saving throws against it. And then the other one that I was thinking about is heroism, which
I also have, which is the thing I was going to use earlier. But yeah, that will end a frightened effect on something and prevent them from being frightened. But that won't change probably your... This is not a frightened condition, right,
Oh.
Tony?
No, it's not.
Yeah,
this is
it
just some special.
It's fear
mind
in the sense of
condition.
like it's
Yeah.
makes
You're
you
scared.
afraid, but it's not quote unquote frightened.
Okay, I'm scared, not frightened. All right.
Mm-hmm.
We've
All right,
done that.
I have placed you on the map. You are about 100 feet into the mine. The passageway is twisty and dark. The mine has kind of cut into the earth for a little ways. There's a T intersection here. I feel like you probably can't see too far ahead of yourselves because of how dark and twisty the passageways are. But you can see that the passageway heads to the north and south from where you are, roughly.
I have 60 feet of dark vision.
Polly, you're at home here under the earth, though this mine is a little damp for perhaps for your liking. I don't know about Polly's personal preferences vis-a-vis mind moisture.
I don't mind moist. It doesn't
Yeah.
bother me.
So north or south, people? What do you want?
Well, let's go clockwise.
Clockwise.
Oh my god.
Which is in this case, Polly, you get to go first because you have the best vision.
Okay. Well, we think that these things come from like darkness and stuff, so we might as well go south.
All right. You head south clockwise.
The clock is wise.
This tunnel heads south for a little while, ending in kind of a small chamber that has been expanded. There is some abandoned mining equipment on the floor here, well-worn picks, rusty shovels, some hand carts filled with debris. It looks like, they had started an excavation here and enlarged a chamber bigger than just your normal tunnel, but not gotten too far with it when it was abandoned. Do you want to enter this chamber and look around?
No, actually.
Okay.
That I don't. Oh, or do we? Can Lone Walker do his
yeah.
magic?
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
that we're here.
All right, I'll do a ping essentially.
One ping only.
One ping only.
And so what it says again is, for the duration, you know if there is an aberration, celestial, elemental, fey, fiend, or undead within 30 feet of you, as well as where the creature is located. Similarly, you know if there is a place or object within 30 feet of you that has been magically consecrated or desecrated.
And how long does this last?
This lasts for up to 10 minutes.
Oh, see, that's nice. So
All
as
right.
we're going through here, you can
Yeah.
just be scanning.
I can just
for
hold
life
on to
forms. Yeah.
In fact,
Um,
Lone Walker pulls out his or holds up his amulet to kind of like channel the power of this.
Okay. You get no pings back, but I'm going to say, were there verbal components of this spell?
Oh, let me see.
What an interesting question, Tony. I'm sure it has
Verbal and
absolutely
semantic.
nothing to do.
Wait.
All right. Do you
These-
use your mouth and tongue for those verbal parts?
Oh gosh.
Do I use my mouth and tongue?
Uncomfortable.
Feet and belly button.
Yeah.
Yes, I guess.
All right. Thank you, Micah, for tolerating me. 3 swarms of bats startle you, but they are clearly not meanlocks, as they kind of flap down and just like spiral around you and then kind of retreat back up to the ceiling of this cavern. You could probably fight those bats if you wanted, but the bats don't seem to be looking for a fight as long as you stay out of their cave.
I think Lone Walker.
And they are not fey. They are
Given
natural creatures
his-
that live in a
his-
cave.
Sort of who he is. He was
Mhm.
unfazed by it and just
Yeah.
says, "Well, that was an experience."
Sorry for bothering you,
All
right.
bat friends.
I have a
Mm.
question. Can little Antony turn into a bat and go ask those bats what's going on?
What's going?
Sure.
Let's go.
Is that something that can actually happen?
Sure.
Yeah, I mean the
Talk
bats.
to bats.
Can he talk to
He
bats?
changes. You change shape, right? I mean, it's basically
Yeah, but-
little Antony's the big whole thing is he can become small creatures.
Yeah.
Yeah, little Antony is a shape changer. So I
I mean,
think
technically, so is
QRs
Polly,
hasn't
but,
met
like,
him.
It's a whole thing.
yeah. I mean, I think there's basically
Does Paulie use wild shape?
He does have wild shape, yeah.
But does he ever use it?
If he so just FYI,
Sometimes.
if
He can use it, like, once.
If little Anthony turns into a bat, QRs turns into little Anthony. Just
just for conservation of something.
Yeah.
It's gonna make your
Conservation of Antony's.
head count hard when you're keeping track of who gets lost in the dark.
Oh,
scary
actually,
bomb.
I don't want to waste time doing this because I think that
Okay.
Lone
Oh, yeah, I've
Walker,
only got 10 minutes.
he
Yeah.
only has a certain amount of time for his spell. So
Oh yes, that's true. I will tell you just for future reference, Polly. Little Andy is certainly welcome to do that. There's just a question of how friendly are bats going to be to a random stranger bat that like wandered down the street. I mean, it's like if,
I am a bat like you.
yeah. I mean,
Hello,
Tiff,
fellow
we are
bats.
bats together.
Tiff, if you were sitting on your front porch and a random human walked up to you and was like, "Yo, what's the deal?" You may or may not wish to
It
converse
depends
with them.
on the
The
cut of their
human.
jib. I don't know.
Yeah, on their charisma. Yeah. We know. So,
How charismatic is a little Anthony Pat? That's all.
I mean, little Andy has a charisma modifier. All right.
Sure
So
but let's get
the
moving.
clock is now ticking on Lone Walker's 10 minutes of detect things. So Lone Walker looks like he's headed north. The cavern, the tunnel heads north for a while before there is yet another kind of multi-way intersection here.
I'm walking,
where you must.
I'm gonna walk along with Lone Walker because I can see so far.
Oh,
So it looks like you could
yeah.
head kind of east or west here. Lone Walker, you are not getting any pings yet.
I think he'll say, Polly, could you perhaps glance down each sides of these, what with your incredible night vision?
Sure, got it. I see
All right,
more rocks.
Yeah. The hallway to the west kind of twists and turns. It looks like this is another place where they were doing a lot of excavation. So there's lots of, places where they've been working the sides of the tunnel, maybe trying to find, pull platinum out of the earth. Lots of beams set up. You look at that way. You could continue down that hallway for quite some time. Looking off to the east, Polly, you can see that the tunnel kind of heads off in another direction, and that it looks like there is signs of a cave-in up ahead.
Oh.
Perhaps the cave-in that you heard about in the stories of Vermellen, where many miners were died in the collapse.
Okay.
Which way do you think we should go?
Well, if there is a section of like loose terrain, I can make it not loose. So we might be able to
I would say
pass
it
through
is the cave-in to the northeast is not, it's not just loose gravel or something like that. It looks like a significant tunnel that is completely impassable, that has completely collapsed. So
Okay.
you don't know how far back it goes, but it's probably not just like 10 feet of rubble. It might be quite a ways of rubble.
All right.
Where's Passwall when you need it?
So which way?
I feel continuing to the right is perhaps a good idea.
Clock right. Got it.
Clockwise.
Clock right. Let's go.
Clockwise.
All right. As Polly and Lone Walker lead the way, as you head there's a passageway off kind of right where in the vicinity of the cave-in, heading to the south. The tunnel here changes in character, whereas the other parts of the mine were worked stone with timbers in place to keep things up and scaffolding and whatnot, and even places where maybe there was like little rails for the mine carts. The passageway to the south is different. There's kind of a circular hole leading to a tunnel system beyond, and there is wet black moss covering the walls, floor, and ceiling of this tunnel system. Lone Walker, you think you get a blip on your radar of perhaps movement, possibly more than one or two movements of creatures in this tunnel system, and you get the sense that you are moving into some kind of nest.
Okay, so I will say that if they're within 30 feet, I know their exact location. So I'm going to move up to here, and then 30 feet in front of me, I would be able to know exactly where they are.
All right. Give me a second here.
No problem.
Aha, none of this vagueness, Tony. You have to tell us where they are.
Ah.
He's like,
Tell
I
us
was
where
not
you
prepared
hide
to tell
them.
you where they are.
No, I didn't know where they were, but now I must figure it out.
Mainly, it's like I wish I could put. There's the. I would like to be able to like show you where a token is
Without having it reveal. Yeah.
without revealing the tunnels. But I don't think that quite works
You
with
just do a
the.
blip?
Yeah. Blip. Did you see that blip, Micah?
Oh, wait, let me zoom out.
Yeah.
Try it again.
No, the blips
I'm
are
not
covered.
seeing any
Nope.
blips.
Oh,
No,
okay.
Guess it
blip.
doesn't-
I think
doesn't-
maybe the
blip.
blips don't work. Blips don't work if. Wait, show
Oh,
me.
no,
I saw the blip.
No, I
Does
did
it?
that though.
Wait.
Now,
oh,
yellow
yeah.
blips are Tony. Did you see? That's not
Yes.
Tony. That's somebody else.
That's not Tony.
Somebody else did a blue and a purple blip. No
I saw
yellow
yellow.
blips.
I saw
Yeah,
a
there you
yellow
go.
blip.
Yep.
Okay.
Right.
Yep.
Blip.
I saw a yellow blip.
Okay. I think I had to make sure I was doing
And
it on
am
the right
I
layer.
getting that there's a one there? Or I'm getting like that's a nest.
You got that there was one there, but I think you get there. Everything about this kind of suggests that this is like their domain.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think Lone Walker turns and very quietly says, I am sensing several of those bugs ahead. This may be from where they hail. I don't know if that means we should go there or if we should explore the rest of the mines first.
How does it hail in a mine?
But
So, a question: where Lone Walker is standing now, can he see in either direction? Like, are there passages or one big opening or what? Okay, there we go. All right, so there's lots of little passages is the problem. I mean, we came here to deal with the problem afflicting the town, and it seems like the problem afflicting the town is these creatures, potentially, although we had our debate over that.
Right, because it could be that there was an original inciting incident that created the fear that brought them here and converted all of the town into these creatures, and that there's something else behind it.
We don't know whether or not
with a capital T
feeding
that
the
rhymes
thing
with P that
it's
stands for
pool.
Right.
That's what it is. It's pool.
This stands for
We don't know that dealing with the problem behind it will necessarily revert any of these things.
No. Yeah.
So the question is, do we deal with them one way or another?
You do know that it takes basically a group of.
It takes a village, Tony. I understand.
It takes a group of meanlocks to create other meanlocks, right?
It takes
How do we
two to make a
uncreate
thing go
meanlocks,
right.
though?
Violence. You did that.
I'm sorry, did you say violence or violets?
Violence. You
or
violins. You have unmade one meanlock successfully.
Oh, but they won't revert.
All right,
They're not reverted.
I mean, having Lone Walker ahead of us to suss out where these things are does seem like it's helpful, but we may want to poke around a little bit before we necessarily jump head first into this. I don't know.
Well, what's the opposite of being scared?
Being
Happy?
Not
brave?
scared?
Courage.
Brave, yes.
Can we give them courage?
I see what you're
like,
saying. If there's no fear for them to feast on.
Yeah. Would they turn back into people?
You want to give them a little
return
medal
the
like
people?
at the end of Wizard of Oz? Is that what you're thinking here?
Maybe they could all I don't know.
You want me to give an inspiring speech? I can try it.
Yeah, you should sing a song.
The downside might be that they get 7 temporary hit points each, which would be bad. They don't. Inspired but angry. Yeah, I don't know. I'm game with whatever we do, but I think we got to get through the mine. We can't, hang out here. I can also. Lone Walker, do you want me to give you here? It only lasts for a minute though, so
I was thinking that Lone Walker brings down his radar detector and instead and then casts protection from evil and good on himself because until the spell ends, you are protected against certain types of creatures, including Fae. Creatures of those types have disadvantage on attack rolls against the target. The target also can't be charmed, frightened, or possessed by them. And if the target is blah, blah, blah. So they would have disadvantage on even hitting Lone Walker in the first place to potentially paralyze. Yeah, we'll go with that. Paralyze him. So he could sort of be the tank in this situation. While the rest of you are doing some kind of ranged stuff.
Can we move stealthily down this corridor?
I would have to back away because I have disadvantage on stealth with my big armor.
Me too.
Yeah, I'm only slightly stealthy.
Well, what if I give everyone pass without a trace and that increases everyone, gives them a +10 bonus on stealth checks?
Oh, nice.
From deep within the mine, you hear a voice echoing out at you. Help me!
Oh god.
Oh no.
Well, the
now we
Master
just need
made
to go.
this a
Deep within front of us?
Yeah.
Now they
in
have a
present
hostage.
danger.
Okay. There's no way that
We're going in, people.
All right, let's go.
Wait. I'm gonna cast pass without a trace so that everyone has a +10 on dexterity stealth checks. Okay.
Woohoo!
So stay within 30 feet of me, and you have that.
And so our adventurers head deep within the mine, deep within the nest of the Meanlocks built below this mine into the den of the enemy. Are they the hunters or are they hunted? Will they be tormented physically or mentally or both.
Both.
Who will be murdered? For answers to questions such as these, tune in next time to Total Party Kill, where you'll be murdered. The end.
Spoilers.
Last episode. No one's listening to the next one.
Yeah. Okay. Players, here's the question. We have played 2 sessions. Do we play a third today, or are we done for today?
My problem is we
I
would
want to hear
have
about
less...
what's your solution, Kat? Give me your problems.
My solution, no. So I'd have to be, I have exactly an hour before I have to be on my thing. So they just emailed me and they're like, please be on the call at 3:45. It's like, okay, that's not the 4 o'clock. It's fine, whatever. So I think we need to push to another session.
Okay, we will
Sorry.
do that. Live stream / bootleg. I don't know if this is still part of the thing, but we'll be back with probably the conclusion to Total Party Kill, Candlekeep Mysteries, a deep and creeping darkness, someone will die. Maybe a mean lock, maybe a player character. The end.
The end.
And bye.
Bye.